What's up, witches?
What's up, witches? I'm Linda,
And I'm John.
and this is Getting Witchy, and this is part three.
Three
I'm pretty
of
sure.
the major arcana.
Of Major Arcana, yes.
Okay.
And before we actually get into the cards, I do want to do a couple shout outs.
Okay.
So, one to Janelle Munsell and wife, who apparently love watching us. Janelle recently got herself entered into our tarot drawing. She is the first person to get entered into the tarot drawing. So if you want to give her a run for her money, y'all get entered. Go to our Instagram or Facebook page, like the Witch Deck post, comment on it with the
Contact information.
deck you want, how many times to shuffle the deck, how many to cut, and your email address. Now, again, if you don't want your email address out there for any Tom, Dick, and Harry to see, which is, I mean, I get it. You can send us an email at gettingwitchypodcast@gmail.com and just let us
And
know.
it won't go out there.
No, it won't go out there, but you will be letting us know whether it was Facebook or Instagram, that you liked and commented on, and we'll get you entered. The other shout out I wanted to do was to our newest follower, Eamon Collins. So, what's up, Eamon? But anyway, now on to the cards.
Okay. All right. So, on the major arcana, we are now on the card Strength. Not sure how that represents. Oh, well, that is a lion, isn't it?
It is a lion.
It is a lion, and that is the infinity symbol above the head. Okay. All right. The element associated with this card is fire. And appropriately so, the planet associated with it. Now, again, you have to keep in mind that with tarot and other forms of
divination,
I was going to say divinity, but I mean that's kind of, but planets are all celestial bodies. The moon is a planet. So here the planet is the sun. The zodiac sign, of course, with the lion in the picture,
the card is Leo.
Is Leo. Not 14 million different signs like some of the others. Just one strong. I'm not a Leo. I'm just saying. It's just interesting how like some of them have 3 and 4 associations.
Well, yes, because of the imagery of the card itself. We're gonna get into
that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into
all right. So this is what we've been talking about. Like it's very in depth and in some ways complicated, but not at the same time. If you are relatively familiar with those other, so numerology, not a clue on this myself personally. It's associated with the number 8, which represents progress and decisive action. Yeah, that lion would be decisive
in its action.
Yeah. The Hebrew letter is Teth, Teth. The primary principle is personal power.
Which, I mean, if you can't get that from the card, it's strength. That's all about personal power. So the card description is as you can see, a woman in a white gown is gently but firmly closing the mouth of a lion while stroking its mane. An infinity symbol hovers above her head and a slight smile adorns her lips. So I've actually seen this card in a meme.
In a meme?
Yes, in a meme.
Okay.
where above her head, instead of the infinity symbol, it says, you know how like with a toddler or a pet, spit it out right now. Like, okay. What did you eat?
Okay.
Sorry. So the symbolism of the card, the infinity symbol over her head, equates to a connection to spirit. The fact that she is smiling represents a focused love and intent, as opposed to force of will. So she's not trying to force her will upon the lion. She's basically just trying to coax it to doing what she wants.
Right.
Getting it to close its mouth.
It's a big kitty cat.
It
is a huge kitty cat, but it's a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat.
Kitty cats are kitty cats
with the paw the size of your head.
Yes. The woman herself is representative of receptive feminine energy, but not weakness. So, and I think that's where a lot of people might get lost, is that feminine energy is not weak.
No.
It has its strength just as much as masculine energy does. The lion represents impulsive power and fire, but also the will.
And it could also be male energy too.
Yes, masculine energy as well. The floral crown that she wears basically is the beauty of every creature's soul. The blue mountains behind them, which I'm not sure if y'all can see those, but those are some blue mountains right there.
This side of the card.
Those represent creating heaven on earth, peak experiences, whereas the yellow sky indicates an awareness of one's consciousness.
Now, keep in mind, we've suggested, you could probably take that down, but we've suggested the blank version. They're very small. And they will wear out. They are like playing cards. Yes. Because unless you somehow laminize them after you color them, that would be a way to preserve them.
Yes.
So the blank cards. So just imagine
this card as a coloring book.
Coloring that all in.
With those teeny tiny details.
Like, I did the one, and that one, the first card, I forget which one.
It was the Fool.
Yeah, the Fool.
Didn't it take you like 4 hours or something?
Altogether, like 4 hours to do, because of the detail. I mean, there was the white puppy dog, and then there's the cliff, and there was mountains behind him too, I think.
And a yellow sky.
And then, so anyway, so I guess my point is if you can find, and I've not been able to, but if you can find the blank deck and get yourself some gel cards and have the time to do it, that would be the ideal.
Yes, because then you would be attuning yourself to the cards
to those
as
cards.
You color them.
But that's, I guess my point is that's why it's so connecting to your spirit as you do it, because you're spending time on each and every card.
Details in the flowers that adorn her robe. Like, who has the time to color those? But anyway.
So now, again, for those that may want to use them for upright, and then if it is upside down, for upright, it's representative of overcoming obstacles and endurance. Reversed, though, is apprehension and lacking of confidence.
Which I can kind of see that. I mean,
Yeah, so can I, but still, then who is the upright? Is the upright facing the reader or facing the readee? Yeah. So what is actually upright for?
I would think if the reader is the one reading the cards, it would be upright to them.
Okay. See, that's another thing that I question that whole like upright and upside down.
And I think that's why there are some people that just don't even.
Yeah, no, it's just it's laid out.
Yeah.
Like we've said before, you've got the burning tower, it's still burning. You're still falling from the tower, right, whether it's upside down or right side up.
Or the hanged man.
Yeah, he's still hanging. He's still hanging.
Whether he's upside down or right side up, he's still hanging.
So the next one is the Hermit. I actually like the Hermit.
Of course you do. He's very much you.
That's supposed to mean? He looks like Gandalf.
Yeah? You're saying you don't?
Never mind. I just realized the white hair. The card number is 9 in Roman symbols. The element is earth, which makes sense because the Hermit would definitely be about the earth.
Yes.
The planet is Mercury, though. That
because Mercury is the messenger of the gods, and the Hermit is bringing messages.
Gotcha.
Whether it's to retreat into yourself or to step into the unknown,
right?
He is bringing messages.
And ironically, or not ironically, appropriately, the zodiac sign is Virgo, and that's the only sign for the Hermit.
Yes,
is Virgo.
Yes.
Not in the Libra cusp.
Well, it doesn't say that.
No, but never mind.
Yes, you are.
Numerology 9, derivative of 3.
Yes, which is one of your numbers.
It is. Nearing completion or solitude. Those are two vastly different. Like 9 coming up in numerology generally means nearing completion or solitude.
Maybe you are nearing completion in solitude.
The Hebrew letter is Yod, Y-O-D, so it's Y. Primary principle, inner reflection.
So, as you can see on this card, it is an older gentleman.
It's Gandalf.
In a gray hooded cloak.
Or what's his name from, what's Harry Potter?
You talking about fucking Dumbledore?
Yes. It's either Gandalf or Dumbledore. I mean, look at the picture. Sorry, I get distracted.
Anyway. Easily. An older man in a gray hooded cloak.
Gandalf.
Carrying a tall walking staff. Yes,
Gandalf
definitely the definition of Gandalf the Grey, who is holding up a lantern to light his path.
Dumbledore with Harry Potter.
I'm sorry. I get it.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
The light of the lantern is in the shape of a 6-pointed star.
You know somebody's laughing right now watching this.
Probably.
You know that, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I bet it's Janelle. And her wife. So he appears to be standing at the top of a snow-covered mountain or in some other isolated snowscape. Yes, there is actually snow beneath his feet.
Yeah, so you need a white gel marker. Like, she bought me what was it, 72?
It was like 120.
Like every fucking color you could possibly imagine. She found it out. She found it on
Amazon.
Yeah. And yeah, so
bought us each one.
Yep. But you really need that many colors for some of these because I mean,
yeah.
You're not going to get a white marker.
No.
It's not, it needs to be a gel marker like paint. Anyway.
So symbolism in the card, the 6-pointed star that is in the lantern represents the Star of David, which is a conjunction of heaven and earth and the divine light inside us. The greenish gray sky, I mean, to me, it looks blue. But okay. The green gray sky expresses withdrawal from outside distractions and concentration on what is essential. His white beard is equivalent to the wisdom of age and fulfillment. His gray clothing is a reminder that one's own light and path are more important than outer flamboyance. So it's more important to make sure that you are on your true path than it is to be Elton John.
If more people thought like that.
So I'm not sure if y'all can tell, but his staff is like a golden yellow color. That color is actually bestowed upon it by the lantern. But the color of the staff is
determined by the light shining on
it. Determined by the light shining on it from the lantern, which is the light and strength which every person brings into this world through his or her own individuality and individual personality.
Gotcha.
So, like, what makes us us is what lights our path.
Gotcha. So, upright,
if you see them like this,
this means wisdom and solitude, or represents wisdom and solitude. Upside down is loneliness and isolation, which would, that would also makes, I mean, but I mean, if you're a hermit, then isn't loneliness and isolation the key? Like that's like your goal.
That's pretty much par for the course.
That's your goal, though. I mean, you want isolation, and sometimes that comes with loneliness.
Although sometimes I think they don't necessarily want that. It's just that's what they end up with.
I really liked in the Lord of the Rings, the little brown.
Oh, the little dude with the
with the birds in his hair, and he was a cool ass fucking.
See, wizard. He is actually more my ideal of a hermit, because he
was eating a lot of mushrooms.
Oh, he was, yes. But he was at least living with the animals.
Yes.
And caring for them and learning.
All right. So the next is the wheel.
This one is interesting.
Card number 10.
Look at all that.
And look at all that detail. Now,
look at it.
Imagine coloring that in. And that's why I only got through one card. But I mean, the connection that you can build with it, I am pushing that because it's true. I haven't done it myself completely. But if you have the time, you have the patience, I highly recommend it, because it was cool as shit doing that one card that I did. And I should work on the others too.
Yes, you should.
Yes, I should. I still have the pens.
Yes, you do. And the cards.
So the element of fire.
Yes.
Which I'm not sure where I see the element of fire at, other than the devil there.
No, it would probably be here, because that's supposed to be representative of Aries, I think.
Okay.
But anyway.
So yeah, you've got like an eagle kind of falcon.
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's
yes.
So it's a planet Jupiter.
Planet Jupiter, but as you can see, in each of the four corners of the card is a mythological creature, and each one represents zodiac
different freaking zodiac sign.
So you have Taurus, Leo, which is represented by the element of fire, Scorpio, and Aquarius.
In numerology, it is number 10. And that represents the completion of a cycle, whatever cycle that may be going on in your life, but that represents completion of a cycle. The Hebrew letter is Kaf, K-A-P-H, and the primary principle is chance and or opportunity.
Yes. Okay, so when it comes to the imagery of this card, there's a lot going on. So you have this Sphinx holding a sword sitting on top of the wheel. Alongside the left side of the wheel is a serpent facing downwards. And then on the right side, you have the god Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, facing upwards. Okay. In each corner is a winged being, which again, we've already talked about. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. On the wheel itself, you have the Hebrew letters of YHVH, as well as the Latin letters TARO, and the alchemical symbols for Mercury above, sulfur, which is to the right, which equals fire, and then you have water, which is below, and salt, which is earth, to the left. It also bears a threefold circle. So you've got a circle here, and a circle here. And behind the wheel, you've got a blue sky and gray clouds.
So there's a lot of symbolism going on here.
There's a lot going on with this card. So let's start with the Sphinx and its sword, which represents the diversity of life. So that's the Sphinx with the sword. And then, of course, we have the four creatures in the corners.
Aquarius, Matthew, air, Scorpio, yes. John, water. So they're assigning it biblical.
Yes. So not only do the four creatures have an astrological association, but they also have a biblical association with the disciples or the evangelists, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which I don't know. I grew up saying a prayer, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
I went to like 8 different churches when I was growing up, and belief systems, so I don't know that song.
The prayer that I grew up with,
or prayer, sorry,
was basically Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Bless this bed I lay upon, 4 corners to my bed, 4 angels round my head.
That sounds like a spell.
1 to see, and 1 to pray, and 2 to watch until the day.
That's a spell. You are calling upon. I love religion. Okay. Right. So Scorpio, okay. Aquarius would be Matthew.
Yes, which
is Scorpio air. Would be John, which would be water.
Yes.
Taurus would be Luke, which would be earth, and Leo would be Mark, which would be fire.
Yes.
The stable forces that uphold the wheel. Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, who represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And he is the representation of the positive upward principle.
Yes.
Which, I mean, he actually was. Like, he helped.
He guided the souls to the underworld.
Yes. The serpent, the Greek god Typhon, Egyptian god Seth. What? Setesh, yes, I know. Yes, if you watch Stargate, you'll know that joke. So was negative or downward, a negative or downward principle.
Which is why he's facing downward.
And tarot, Taro, can be used to form the Latin phrase rota. Tarot, it goes through a whole list of rota, tarot, orat, Torah, ator, meaning the wheel of tarot proclaims. The law of Hathor.
Yes.
The law of Hathor.
The law of Hathor.
The Egyptian goddess of destiny.
Yes.
So the Hebrew letters YHVH, the unutterable, it's the name of God that cannot be spoken, also known as Yahweh, but it can't be spoken.
But it can't be spoken. Or Jehovah.
But also the four elements, Y equals fire, H equals water, and
because there's two H's. So one H is...
Oh, yes. Okay. One equals water, one equals earth, and the other is air.
Yes, the V is air.
The V is air. It's a threefold circle, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Multiplicity and unity. The spokes of the wheel equate to the paths from the inside to the outside, and vice versa, from outside to the inside.
That's these right here.
Because your life could take you in any one of those directions. And
so those are the paths that we not only grow beyond ourselves and experience the world, but we also draw into ourselves and experience our inner selves. And that's what the spokes represent.
Right. This is a complex card.
It is a very complex card.
So upright, it represents the cycle of change. Just the different cycles of life and the change that is inevitable. In reverse, it would be delays or setbacks, obstacles, if you will.
Yes.
And I think the last one we have is Justice. Card number 11.
Had it. Where did it go? Oh, no, that's not it.
I'm swapped in modern tarot decks with card 8.
Yes. Because of the astrological associations.
Okay.
Sometimes they get switched out. So
Leo and Libra.
Well, yes. So sometimes Justice will get swapped out with Strength because of the astrological association. And I'm trying to find. I have no idea where that card went. Oh, here it is. Justice. So, okay. So this card.
Yeah, not the blind Justice is blind bullshit that they have indoctrinated us with. Justice has a freaking sword.
So the Justice card is associated with the element of air and is ruled by the planet of Venus and associated with the zodiac sign of Libra. The numerology, it is the card number 11, so 1 + 1 = 2, and it is also connected with the High Priestess. The Hebrew letter associated with this card is Lamed, and the primary principle is balance, which, if you know anything about Libra, Libra is all about balance. It is the scales. It is the only zodiac sign that is represented by a material object rather than a creature or a human.
Sure. But I like where it has the sword too. It's not just the scales.
It's not just the scales, and we're going to get into that.
Okay.
So do you want to do the description?
It's a crowned figure adorned in red robes. none of it specifies whether it's male or female. He or she is male or female, but it is a crowned figure seated between two pillars, holding the sword of truth in one hand and the scales of justice in the other. Now, if you're really, and it doesn't say this necessarily, but in what's the Kabbalism, the two pillars in a temple represent the goddess. Now, I may be throwing some curves in here, but that's, and we do have the Hebrew letters and numerology. So just so sitting between, representative of the goddess. The sword pointing upward. The scales are a little bit lower, so as above, so below. The sword is an instrument used to implement judgment, but also for arriving at judgment. The case, what?
So the sword is used to basically separate the case into the different.
Oh, okay. Defendant.
Investigation and analysis.
Gotcha.
Whereas the scales assess and ascertain. Like they actually weigh out the judgment.
Gotcha. This one's pretty deep too.
It is very
deep. Maybe
okay. So the red robe that the judge of justice is wearing indicates a dealing consciously with drives and emotions, either mental control or conscious indulgence. The red and gray mantle, basically the thing on their shoulders, represents heart and intellect. So they're not just going off emotion. They're going off emotion as well as knowledge. And the yellow green in the mantle also attributes to naturalness and growth and warns against immaturity. So they're not going into this half-cocked. They're looking at it. Yeah, I did say, yes, I did. But they're looking at it from all perspectives. Now inside the there is on the, I'm not sure if you can see it because it's really tiny, but right there is a brooch, and that brooch represents openness. The three battlements on the crown, the little 3 points, represent the epitome of the feminine spiritual world, and the jewel inside the crown, this little 4-sided thing right here, that represents the epitome of the masculine material world. So they're working with both. Now the gray columns, because these are a little bit different from other columns that we've seen.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the same columns as the high priestess, but these gray columns and the floor represent neutrality, equanimity, tolerance, but also indifference, a lack of awareness, and the danger of fossilization and the opportunity to achieve sustainability. So they are running strictly on the facts. Like they're not trying to give anything to emotion. They're running strictly on the facts and balance.
Right.
The curtain behind the judge or justice is representative of, okay, so if you take a look at it, the sword actually extends beyond the curtain.
Right.
It goes above the curtain as a sign of the sensibility and sensitivity which are needed here. And in the spectrums of colors, violet is actually the closest to invisible radiation. The scales give a measure to what was uncertain, so because it hangs below. The yellow background here represents the sun.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of like the sun is shining through,
right,
bringing light to whatever needs to be, you know.
Right. So it represents the sun and clear consciousness, obscured by rules and regulations in the negative aspect. But in the positive aspect, it represents overeagerness, envy, delusion, and greed, which are curbed by the curtain and the pillars. Which, I mean, that seems a little contradictory to me, but that's just me. If you find this card upright in your readings, then it is representative of truth and balance. Should you find it reversed or upside down, then it represents imbalance and unfair treatment.
But the question would be by who? Could be by you. I mean, the person.
Yes, could be by that person, or it could be by any number of people. This is one of the cards that could be used as a significator or to indicate a
well, I mean, pretty much all the major arcanas. I mean, all the cards of the major arcana are possibly representing somebody like that, aren't they?
Yes. But could you imagine if you had a judge in your family, though, and this card came up in your reading?
No.
All right. So that is actually all that we have for this episode. If you haven't already done it, and trust me, I know you haven't, go to our Instagram or Facebook page, like the post that says which deck, comment on it with your answers to the question. If you don't want to put out your email address for everyone to see, that's fine. Email us at gettingwitchypodcast@gmail.com, letting us know whether it was the Facebook or Instagram post that you liked and commented on, and we will get you entered into our drawing. Because so far, Janelle Munsell is the only one entered, so she's looking like she's gonna win it.
Yeah, she's looking like she's gonna get it. So thank you. Well, I'm way over there somehow. But thanks for joining us. We love you guys. Peace.
Peace out, witches. We love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we can't wait to see you again.